Hi students, in the last class we have already started electrochemistry topic. In that electrochemistry we have covered what is oxidation, reduction, oxidizing agent, reducing agent, redox reaction, as well as construction and working of a Daniell cell, and along with that we have covered role of a salt bridge as well as conditions of electrolyte to be filled in the salt bridge. And in today's class, in our lecture number 2, we are going to start that is cell reactions as well as cell notation of Daniell cell. In the Daniell cell, we have used two electrodes. One is a zinc electrode and one is copper electrode. At zinc oxidation is taking place and at copper reduction is taking place. And because of oxidation, this electrode is called as anode, and because of reduction, it is called as cathode. Now we will discuss about cell reactions. At anode, oxidation is taking place. What is oxidation? Nothing but loss of electrons. Our zinc, by losing 2 electrons, converted to Zn+2. And at cathode, what happens? Reduction is taking place. What is reduction? Gain of electrons. Cu+2 ions of the solution, of course. Cu+2 ions, by gaining those 2 electrons, converted to Cu. Here loss of electrons, here gain of electrons. It is oxidation process, it is reduction process. Now we have to add both oxidation as well as reduction reactions. While adding the reactions, first we have to cancel the electrons, because these electrons are at product side and these electrons are at reactant side. That's why we have cancelled them, and we will get a net cell reaction. This net cell reaction is also called as overall cell reaction. And this overall cell reaction is nothing but a redox reaction, because it includes both oxidation as well as reduction. Because zinc elemental state oxidation number is 0 converted to +2. This part is nothing but oxidation, and Cu+2 converted to Cu, and of course here oxidation state is 0. Means this Cu+2 to Cu is nothing but reduction. That's why generally any net cell reaction, if you observe, it is nothing but a redox reaction only. Now we'll discuss about cell notation or cell symbol. Very simple. In cell notation, what we have to do? First, left side we have to take oxidation electrode, right side we have to take a reduction electrode, and both oxidation electrode as well as reduction electrode, nothing but anode electrode as well as the cathode electrodes should be separated by or should be connected by salt bridge. Just we'll see that here. Here during the oxidation, metal converted to metal ion. Here first we have to write metal symbol, then we have to write metal ion symbol. Both metal as well as metal ions are separated by one single vertical column. This is the symbol of oxidation, nothing but anode. Come here. Cathode. At cathode what happens? Cu+2 converted to Cu. That's why first we have to write Cu+2. Then we have to write Cu. Both the Cu+2 as well as the Cu should be separated by one single vertical column, and this is the representation of cathode. And this is the representation of anode, and this is the representation of cathode. And you know that already in Daniell cell, anode as well as cathodes are connected internally with the salt bridge. Here also anode as well as cathodes both are connected with the help of salt bridge. There is nothing but 2 vertical lines. Here 2 vertical lines are representing a salt bridge symbol. And here anode is designated with minus and cathode is designated with plus. Same I have shown here. It is the anode part, that's why we have shown with the minus sign. It is the cathode part, that's why we have shown here with the positive, that is the plus sign. Now we will discuss some more examples regarding this cell notation as well as cell reactions. Now I will give you one cell notation. With the help of that cell notation, we have to write cell reactions like Cu oblique Cu+2 salt bridge, Ag plus oblique Ag. It is the cell symbol of one of the galvanic cell. Right. Now we have to write cell reactions, like what is the oxidation reaction, what is reduction reaction, as well as what is the overall cell reaction. Now we'll write here. Then already know that This is salt bridge arrangement, and to the salt bridge left side electrode is oxidation and the right side electrode is nothing but reduction. That's why at anode first, anode is nothing but minus, and here copper is undergoing oxidation process. How we are knowing means copper has converted to Cu plus 2 because right now it is in elemental state 0 has converted to plus 2 state. That's why Cu by losing 2 electrons converted to Cu plus 2. This is oxidation symbol, oxidation reaction. Now we will write a reduction reaction here. At cathode, Ag plus converted to Ag. Here Ag plus by taking just one electron only. Here copper is losing 2 electrons, but here silver ion Ag plus valence is 1. He is taking only one electron converted to Ag, silver. Now we have to add them. But the thing is, before we're going to add the reactions, first of all we have to cancel the electrons. But unfortunately, here our electrons are not same. Here 2 electrons are losing, here 1 electron is gaining. That's why first our job is we have to make them equal. That's why this equation I am just multiplying with 1 and this equation I am just multiplying with 2 to make electrons equal. Now, like 1 into 2, 2 electrons, 2 into 1, 2 electrons, 2 electrons, 2 electrons are cancelled. Now we'll write a cell reaction, nothing but net cell reaction is like this. Now, these two are at reactant side, that's why copper, solid state, and Ag plus in solution state is giving Cu plus 2 in solution plus Ag. This is overall cell reaction of this galvanic cell. Now we will discuss about in the reverse manner. I will give you net cell reaction. With the help of that net cell reaction, you have to, we'll discuss about how to write cell notation. Now I am giving here one net cell reaction I am giving, like Al aluminium Fe plus 2 gives Al plus 3 plus Fe. Of course it has not balanced. First we will make it balanced. So I am just taking here 2, here also 2, here 3, here also 3. First just we'll check them whether it is balanced or not. Left side will have 2 aluminiums, right side also will have 2 aluminiums, and left side will have 3 iron and right side also will have 3 iron, as well as charges also should be balanced. Left side total here 0 charge and 3 2s are plus 6. Left side total charge is plus 6 and right side also 2 3s are plus 6 only. Charges also should be balanced. Of course, it is complete balanced equation only. Now, with the help of this net cell reaction, we have to write a cell notation of the given galvanic cell. Therefore, cell notation. Very simple. First, we have to identify which element undergoing oxidation and which element undergoing reduction. Now, aluminium right now it is in elemental state, oxidation number is 0 and it has converted to plus 3, nothing but increase in oxidation state. That's why aluminium is undergoing a oxidation process. Nothing but aluminium is a anode. And Fe plus 2 has converted to Fe. Fe is nothing but a 0 oxidation state. Here decrease in oxidation state is nothing but a reduction. That's why iron is acting as cathode. Aluminium acting as anode, as well as iron is acting as cathode. Now with the help of this net cell reaction, we have to write a cell symbol like this. First I am taking aluminium Al, which is right now in the solid state. Al has converted to Al plus 3 aluminium ion in its solution, and next Fe plus 2 has converted to Fe, and both are of course separated by two vertical lines, there is nothing but salt bridge. Now here it is undergoing oxidation, that's why anode is designated with the minus sign, and it is undergoing a reduction is a cathode is designated with the plus sign. Here number of moles, stoichiometric coefficients are not necessary to show here. Just aluminum has converted to Al plus 3 and Fe plus 2 has converted to Fe, that's it. That means if a cell notation has given, we can write a cell reaction, and if a cell reaction has given, we can write a cell notation. Now we'll discuss about electrode potential. Electrode potential, or it is also called as single electrode potential. Single electrode potential, and which is designated with a capital E symbol. Right. Electrode potential is also called as single electrode potential. And particularly if you observe electrochemical cell, that is a Daniell cell, already we have learned, then in that one side undergoing oxidation, one side electrode undergoing reduction. Here also electrode potential, that is a single electrode potentials, are two types. One is oxidation potential, and other one is reduction potential. One is oxidation potential and other one is reduction potential. Now we will discuss clearly what is oxidation potential as well as what is reduction potential. That's why once again we have to recall our Daniell cell construction only. In the Daniell cell, left side zinc electrode we have taken. That's why same again zinc electrode only we will take here. Zinc sulfate solution has taken, in that zinc rod has dipped. And the process, what happens already, you know that here Zn converted to Zn plus 2. Zn converted to Zn plus 2 means and whatever the electrons are losing, those electrons are coming and accumulating on this metal plate only, zinc plate only. And whatever the Zn plus 2 ions are releasing, and because of excess of Zn plus 2 ions, those plus ions are surrounded this zinc electrode like this. Here electrons are accumulated on the zinc rod, and whatever the positively charged ions are there, those positively charged ions will be surrounded the zinc metal plate. Now what happens, let's see here. Here Zn by losing 2 electrons converted to Zn plus 2, and these Zn plus 2 are accumulated surrounding to the zinc rod, and whatever the electrons are releasing, those electrons are accumulated on the zinc rod only. Now here what happens, if you observe particularly, here Zn is converted to Zn plus 2. Zn converted to Zn plus 2 means here definitely Zn plus 2 ions are increasing, and after some time what happens, between Zn and Zn plus 2 equilibrium stage is obtained. That's why that we are showing like this, then double arrow. Here between Zn and Zn plus 2 equilibrium will be existed. Now at that equilibrium stage, now we have to measure oxidation potential. Then how oxidation potential, or why oxidation potential will be generated? Very simple. Here minus ions as well as plus ions are adjacent to each other. Minus ions as well as plus ions are adjacent. I mean minus means here electrons as well as ions are adjacent to each other, and it is also called as electrical double layer. Electrical double layer, or it is also called as charge separation. Because of this charge separation, some potential is developed. That potential is called as electrode potential, nothing but single electrode potential. Here when we have to measure single electrode potential means when metal and its ions, when metal and its own ions are under equilibrium, at that stage whatever the potential developed because of charge separation, that potential is called as electrode potential. And here a charge separation is taking place due to oxidation. That's why this potential is called as oxidation potential. Okay, here charge separation is taking place due to oxidation process. That's why it is called as oxidation potential. Now, instead of showing off that is a zinc metal, we can show a general symbol that is a say metal, any one metal right now in the solid state, by losing 2 electrons converted to metal ions, Mn, M plus N, metal ions plus N electrons. Now, same type we will discuss about reduction potential. Again, we have to recall our Daniell cell only. In the Daniell cell, right side, copper undergoing reduction. In copper reduction process, let's see what happens. Of course, it is a copper sulfate solution, and here copper rod has dipped. Then copper sulfate solution, in that Cu plus 2 ions, they are capturing electrons from this rod. Cu plus 2 ions are capturing the electrons from copper rod only. Because of that reason, this copper rod is becoming electron deficient. That we are showing with a positive sign like this. Why positive sign we are showing? Because this copper rod becoming electron deficient. Why it is becoming electron deficient means our Cu plus 2 ions are capturing electrons, taking electrons, attracting electrons from this copper rod. Because of that reason, it is becoming electron deficient. That's why we are showing here positive charges. Next, here initially SO4 solution, if you observe, initially Cu plus 2 concentration as well as SO4 minus 2 concentrations remains the same. When Cu plus 2 by capturing electrons and converted as copper, of course that copper is going and depositing on the copper plate only. After some time, if you observe, definitely comparing the concentrations of Cu plus 2 and SO4 minus 2, SO4 minus 2 ions are more only. That's why here all excess of, SO4 minus 2 ions will be surrounded the copper rod like this. Okay, SO4 minus 2 ions will be surrounded to that copper rod. Here what happened means our Cu plus 2 ions by capturing the electrons of copper rod, by taking off 2 electrons converted as copper. And here also what happened, after some time equilibrium is existing between copper as well as the copper ions. Equilibrium existed between copper as well as the copper ions. At that moment, here we have to measure the potential difference. That potential difference is called as electrode potential. Why? Because here also charge separation is taking place. Nothing but electrical double layer is established. Because of this electrical double layer, nothing but charge separation, some potential is developing. That potential only called as electrode potential, of course, and that electrode potential is because of reduction. That's why it is called as reduction potential. And because of oxidation, here oxidation potential has generated. Because of reduction, here reduction potential has generated. Here also we can show with the general sign, that is a metal general symbol M plus N, aqueous state, by taking 2 electrons converted as metal. Here due to oxidation potential has developed, it is oxidation potential. Here due to reduction potential has developed, that is called a reduction potential. Now together we have to define what is electrode potential, nothing but single electrode potential. Very simple, it may be either oxidation process or it may be either reduction process. The definitions are same only. How to define? See here, the potential developed, here also the potential developed when metal is in equilibrium with its own ions solution is called as single electrode potential. Here also same, the potential developed when metal is in equilibrium with its own ions solution is called as electrode potential. And if you want, we can write a reason also, that is the potential developed when metal is in equilibrium with its own ions solution due to charge separation is called as electrode potential, nothing but single electrode potential. Now we'll discuss about similar concept, that is a standard electrode potential. Standard electrode potential, which is designated with E naught. Right. Now, what is the difference between single electrode potential and standard electrode potential? Of course, both are almost same. We'll just take them either oxidation potential as well as reduction potential. Suppose if it is oxidation potential, say for example, metal by losing electrons converted as metal ion. Now, because of that reason, what happened? The electrons are accumulating here, and here is Zn plus 2. That is, metal ions are surrounded to this rod. That's why, because of this charge separation, there is a potential has developed. That potential is called as electrode potential, nothing but a single electrode potential. Now, what is a standard electrode potential? Here, very simple. Whatever the solution we have taken, its concentration, if you maintain 1 molar. Okay, now whatever the solution you have taken, its concentration, if you maintain 1 molarity, 1 molar concentration, as well as if this experiment has conducted at 298 kelvins temperature, if you maintain at 25 degrees centigrade or 298 kelvins, if these two conditions are maintained, then whatever the potential has developed, that potential is called as a standard electrode potential, which is designated with the E naught symbol. If conditions are maintained, what conditions means? One is the concentration, one is the temperature. If both these conditions are maintained, whatever the potential has developed due to charge separation is called as a standard electrode potential. Suppose conditions are not maintained, whatever the concentration may be as well as whatever the temperature may be, in that case, whatever the potential has developed, that is called as a single electrode potential. What is the major difference between a single electrode potential as well as standard electrode potential means? Here we have to maintain proper conditions. Here conditions are not restricted. Next, as far as metal electrodes, you have to maintain these two conditions, as well as non-metal, for example, gaseous electrodes. Then regarding gaseous electrodes, we will discuss it shortly. For gaseous electrodes, one more condition also you have to maintain, that is a pressure. Say it is either 1 bar or 1 atmosphere pressure we have to maintain, particularly for gaseous electrodes. Okay, next. Means we are having now two types of electrode potentials. One is oxidation electrode potential, one is oxidation potential, and other one is a reduction potential. Reduction potential. If conditions are not maintained, both are designated with the E symbol only. And we can show oxidation potential as well as reduction potential symbols separately like this. In oxidation, what happened? Metal has converted to metal ion like this. M converted to M plus N electrons. That's why we can show like this. E, capital E, here base. First we have to write M oblique M plus N. If you write like this, it is a symbolic representation of oxidation potential. Why? Because metal has converted to metal ion. Metal has converted to metal ion is nothing but oxidation is taking place. That's why this is a symbol of particularly oxidation potential. Come here. Reduction potential. In reduction, what happened? Metal ions by taking electrons converted as metal. Now, how to designate here? E, here base point we have to write M plus N oblique M, that's it. Here metal has converted to metal ion, here metal ion has converted to metal. One is oxidation process and another one is reduction process. And because of oxidation, whatever the potential developed, that is called as oxidation potential. Because of reduction, whatever the potential developed, that is called reduction potential. Then these are normal, ordinary, in case of in case of like suppose whatever the concentration as well as whatever the temperature if you maintain, whatever then the potentials developed, they are called as oxidation potential as well as reduction potentials. Now particularly conditions if you maintain, say for example concentration is particularly 1 molar and temperature is 298 kelvins, and particularly for gaseous electrodes if you maintain pressure that is 1 bar or 1 atmosphere pressure if you maintain. Now whatever the potential developed, that is called as standard electrode potentials, and standard electrode potentials are designated as E naught and same sign E naught m oblique m n plus. This is a standard oxidation potential. Now E naught m plus n oblique m, this is a standard reduction potential. Okay, it is a oxidation potential, it is a standard oxidation potential. It is a reduction potential, it is a standard reduction potential. If you write this not symbol, that is the designation of standard condition, I mean standard values. Standard purpose, you have to maintain these conditions. Right. Now we'll have mainly, particularly if you observe standard potentials, we'll have mainly standard oxidation potential is there as well as standard reduction potential is there. Then confusion arises. Then while solving problem or in generally electrochemistry, whether we use standard oxidation potentials or standard reduction potentials, which potentials we have to use is big question mark. Then first of all we'll see what is the relation between oxidation potential as well as reduction potential. Very simple, oxidation potential, standard oxidation potential or normal oxidation potential also, we'll write both like this of course. We'll see the relation between oxidation potential as well as reduction potential like this. E oxidation potential and E reduction potential, and E naught oxidation potential and E naught reduction potential. Here if you observe the relation between these two potentials, very simple, their quantities are same but sign is different. Here suppose oxidation potential is positive, then reduction potential should be minus, that's it. If one value is positive and its other value is negative with the same magnitude. Here also standard potentials also if you observe, if E naught value is positive, E naught oxidation potential is positive, E naught reduction potential value will be negative, or if E naught reduction potential value is positive, E naught oxidation potential will be, that is a positive. Vice versa, we have to remember that. Okay, if it is like a normal oxidation potential as well as reduction potential and standard oxidation potential, standard reduction potentials, relation is like this. Both are having same values with opposite sign. Now question arising whether in electrochemistry lesson whether we have to use standard oxidation potential or standard reduction potential, which we have to use is the question mark. Here we can also write here oxidation potential, here you can write yes also, standard oxidation potential and standard reduction potential. Of course already we have shown the symbol E naught is nothing but standard values only. Okay, then which values we have to use, that problem has overcome by IUPAC. According to IUPAC, in electrochemistry, wherever electrode potential if you find, that is nothing but reduction potential only. In electrochemistry lesson, wherever if you find electrode potentials, they are particularly reduction potentials only, especially they are standard reduction potentials only, that's it. Standard reduction potential. Therefore, in electrochemistry lesson, E naught electrode potentials are nothing but E naught standard reduction potentials only. This is very, very important. Okay, we are not using oxidation potentials. Then there is no any particular reason for that. Then out of these two, any one we have to use. According to IUPAC, they have given the convention that is in electrochemistry always we have to use standard reduction potentials only. Unless and otherwise in the question suppose they have mentioned. Sometimes they will give oxidation potentials also, but they will specifically mention. Otherwise we have to use standard reduction potentials only. Right. Now we will discuss about EMF, or it is also called as cell potential. Cell potential we have to discuss. In the Daniell cell, already you know that left side electrode of course undergoes oxidation and right side electrode undergoes reduction. That's why now total Daniell cell EMF. See here once again, one rough diagram I am giving here. It is a zinc electrode and of course copper electrode. Here oxidation is taking place and here a reduction is taking place. Now this total EMF, total cell potential we have to measure. For that purpose, very simple. Here oxidation is taking place. Because of oxidation, definitely here oxidation potential will be developed. Here due to reduction, here definitely reduction potential will be developed. Once again, here because of oxidation, oxidation potential will be developed. Because of reduction, reduction potential will be developed. Now we have to measure total EMF of the cell, total cell potential of the cell. Very simple. Whatever the oxidation potential has generated as well as whatever the reduction potential has generated, both potentials we have to add. See here, EMF or E cell potential equal to, see here E, here oxidation potential of anode, we can write here oxidation potential of anode, and plus E reduction potential of cathode. Once again, here left side I have used here oxidation potential, right side I am using here reduction potential. This is very important here. And both oxidation potentials and reduction potentials, when we are adding, we will get a total EMF of the cell. Right. But just now we have discussed that generally oxidation potentials we are not using. Always we have to use the reduction potentials only. That's why whatever the oxidation potential has generated at anode, just we will convert into reduction potential only. That's why we will write the relation. E oxidation potential of particularly anode only. E oxidation potential of anode is equals to, now I am converting into reduction potential. What is the relation between oxidation potential as well as reduction potential? Means only sign convention is different. That means minus of E reduction potential of same anode only. See here, oxidation potential is equals to minus of reduction potential. Why? Because already just now we have discussed that in electrochemistry always we have to use reduction potentials only. Therefore, what I am doing now, by removing this oxidation potential of anode, we will substitute reduction potential only, we will substitute here. Therefore, now EMF or E cell is equals to, instead of oxidation potential, I will substitute reduction potential. That is minus E reduction potential of anode plus, already it is a reduction potential only, no need to change here. Therefore, reduction potential of cathode. Now, both electrodes reduction potential values only we have used. But just for convenient purpose, what we are doing here, that is a cell potential is equals to, first we will write a positive sign. Therefore, E reduction potential of cathode. Then we will write this one, E reduction potential of anode. That's all. This is cell potential, that is EMF of given electrochemical cell. See here, there is a E like a cathode minus E anode, or we can also say that E right minus E left. Cathode is always right side electrode, anode is always left side electrode. Therefore, E right minus E left also we can write. Cell potential is equals to, or EMF equal to E right minus E left also we can write. Now, with the help of this formula, once again we have to define what is cell potential or EMF of given cell. Before that formula, based on this formula, how we have defined? Very simple. It is the sum of oxidation potential of anode as well as reduction potential of cathode according to this formula. But this formula we have changed into reduction potential formula. That's why this is our final formula. With the help of this formula, now the final definition of cell potential, that is EMF, is like this. Very simple. We have taken here minus, nothing but difference. That's why the difference of electrode potentials of two half cells, the difference of electrode potentials of two half cells when they are connected to each other is called as cell potential. The difference between electrode potentials of two half cells when they are connected to each other is called as cell potential or EMF. Okay, like this we can calculate EMF or cell potential of given cell. Now here we have used reduction potential of cathode minus reduction potential of anode. We have used here single potential values only we have used. They are not a standard potential values. That's why same formula we can convert into standard potentials also, like this. Here instead of E cell we will write EMF, same only EMF or E naught cell we are representing. For a standard conditions purpose, standard cell potential purpose, okay, we will write a formula like this: E naught reduction potential of cathode minus E naught reduction potential of anode. That's all. If you maintain standard conditions, you have to use this formula. Suppose if standard conditions are not there, then you have to use this formula. And we can also write like this: E naught cell is equals to E naught right minus E naught left. Is the cell potential of given galvanic cell. Now, based on this formula, we will discuss some problems. Same Daniel cell notation only I am giving here. Number one, first question: zinc oblique Zn plus 2, and whose concentration is 1 molar. Clear solution. And salt bridge Cu plus 2, whose concentration is of course 1 molar oblique Cu. Daniel cell notation has given. And here I am giving E naught of zinc electrode value as well as E naught of copper electrode value. Very important point. See here zinc undergoing oxidation. There is no doubt in that. But if you observe the symbol is like this: E naught Zn plus 2 oblique Zn. Means I have given here standard reduction potential value of zinc. See here Zn plus 2 is converted to Zn, nothing but a reduction process, reduction potential symbol it is, and its value is minus 0.76. So how this value is obtained, that we will discuss shortly. And next, here also reduction potential only I am giving E naught Cu plus 2 oblique Cu is equals to plus 0.34 volts. Then this cell reduction potential only has given, this cell reduction potential only, both half cells standard reduction potentials only has given. Once again, even though zinc undergoing oxidation, but we are using a reduction potential only. And here 1 molar concentration as well as 1 molar concentration we have maintained. And temperature specifically has not mentioned, indicating that it is a room temperature only, 298 kelvins only. No need to mention specially. That's why here 1 molar concentration and 298 Kelvin is nothing but whatever the potential has given, that is 100% standard electrode potential only. That's why here a standard reduction potential of zinc as well as a standard reduction potential of copper has given. Now we have to calculate a total EMF of the given Daniell cell. Therefore EMF, electromotive force, or E naught cell potential is equals to formula just now we have discussed that E naught reduction potential of cathode, or simply we'll write then anyhow reduction potentials only we have used E naught cathode minus E naught anode or E naught right sorry, E naught right minus E naught left. E naught cathode is nothing but a right side electrode whose value is 0.34 minus, and the left electrode value is already having a minus sign, therefore minus of minus it becomes now plus 0.34 plus 0.76 and its net value is 1.1 volts will come. Therefore particularly Daniell cell EMF value, Daniell cell potential value is 1.1 volts. Then this is our final this is the final formula when both reduction potentials are given. Once again I am repeating here, in electrochemistry wherever potential values are if you find there is nothing but reduction potentials only. Suppose if conditions are standard, then whatever the potentials are given they are standard reduction potentials only. Next we will discuss another problem. Now here copper oblique Cu plus once again I am maintaining 1 molar concentration, 1 molar solution of copper sulfate. Cu plus 2 is nothing but any copper related salt solution. CuSO4 of course, salt bridge, Ag plus of course its concentration is also 1 molar, and oblique silver. And here it is not called as a Daniell cell. The very important point is it is of course electrochemical cell. It is a galvanic cell, but it is not called as a Daniell cell. Daniell cell is nothing but compulsory has constructed with zinc and copper only. But here copper is there but zinc is not there. That's why it is not called as Daniell cell. Right. Now if you observe salt bridge left side electrode undergoing oxidation, salt bridge right side electrode undergoing reduction. And here copper is undergoing oxidation process and silver is undergoing a reduction process. So how we are knowing that copper is undergoing oxidation process means copper oblique Cu plus 2 has given. Means copper is converted to plus 2 state, means increasing in oxidation state. That's why it is oxidation process, and at the same time this electrode is left side of the salt bridge. Definitely here oxidation takes place, it is anode, reduction takes place, it is a cathode. Next, this question of course it is an incomplete question because both half cells standard values should give them. Therefore I am giving here E naught. Again important point is even though copper is undergoing oxidation, but I am using here reduction potential only. Standard because E naught concentration is 1 molar, E naught symbol we are using Cu plus 2 oblique Cu. Then what this symbol is indicating means Cu plus 2 has converted to Cu, nothing but a reduction. Therefore it is a standard reduction potential value that is equals to plus 0.34 volts. Next, E naught. Of course here reduction is taking place and I am giving here reduction potential only. Ag plus oblique Ag is equals to plus 0.80 values. I think you people are getting the answer how these values are obtained. That we will discuss shortly in the next classes of course. Now up to here question has completed. Now we will find the EMF, electromotive force, or E naught cell we are calculating. Here both are standard reduction potentials only. Formula already known to you. E naught cathode, nothing but right side electrode minus E naught anode, nothing but left side electrode. and E naught cathode value is 0.80 minus 0.34. Then if you subtract whatever the value you will get, that is called as cell potential, that is the EMF of given cell. It is another example. Next we'll go to one more example. Third example, nickel oblique Ni plus 2, and of course 1 molar concentration only, salt bridge Cu plus 2, of course 1 molar concentration only, and oblique Cu. And it is also not called as a Daniell cell, but it is a type of galvanic cell. Now, to this galvanic cell, we have to find again EMF value, electromotive force value, we have to calculate. Means here compulsory both the half cells electrode potential has to give them. Now the values are like this. E naught. Again here, even though nickel undergoing oxidation, I am giving here reduction potential only, that too standard reduction potential only. Why? Because 1 molar concentration has maintained, that's why E naught Ni plus 2 oblique Ni. E naught Ni plus 2 oblique Ni. Ni plus 2 has converted to Ni, nothing but it is a reduction symbol only, is equals to minus 0.25 volts, and E naught Cu plus 2 oblique Cu. It is also reduction symbol only. Both are reduction symbols only, nothing but both are standard reduction potentials only, plus 0.34. Now we will find EMF. E naught cell we will calculate. Formula already known to you, because both are standard reduction potentials only. Therefore, E naught cathode minus E naught anode. E naught cathode minus E naught anode. Cathode value is 0.34 minus of minus 0.25, then it becomes plus 0.34 plus 0.25. Whatever the value you will get, that is only called as cell potential or EMF of a given cell. Next. Suppose Zn oblique Zn plus 2. Here not 1 molar, 0.5 molar. Salt bridge Cu plus 2. Suppose it is a 0.2 molar oblique Cu. And same E naught Zn plus 2 oblique Zn minus 0.76 volts, and E naught Cu plus 2 oblique Cu plus 0.34 volts. Then what is its EMF? What is its cell potential? Means if you write like E naught cell is equals to E naught cathode minus E naught anode, then value 0.34 minus of minus 0.76. Suppose 1.1 something if you write, that is absolutely wrong, because this formula is particularly when 1 molar concentration has given, then we have to use this formula. But here 1 molar concentration has not maintained, here also 1 molar concentration has not maintained. It is very important. If 1 molar concentration has given, then EMF, that is a cell potential purpose, directly will write E naught cathode minus E naught anode. If other than 1 molar concentration has given, that purpose shortly we will discuss, that is a Nernst equation will be there. There will understand how to solve this type of questions, but not now. Next we will discuss about external opposing potential of Daniell cell. External opposing potential of a Daniell cell. What is external opposing potential and how it will influence on Daniell cell? Just we'll see. For that purpose, once again we have to draw a rough diagram of a Daniell cell. right? It is a zinc electrode, already known to you. It is a copper, here anode, it is cathode, remaining process as it is. Now what I am doing here, because of oxidation as well as reduction, here current is producing, that we can observe with the help of this voltmeter. Now to this Daniel cell, externally, then this we have connected to one battery. Externally we have connected to battery. Now from that battery we are sending the current into this Daniel cell. Actually, what is the role of Daniel cell? Daniel cell is giving a current. But now what we are doing from external source, we are sending the current into the Daniel cell. Okay, now we are sending the current into the Daniel cell. Then what happens? We have to see. For that purpose, we are having total 3 cases. What are those 3 cases? Means case number 1. Suppose if already you know that it is a Daniel cell EMF value, cell potential value, just now we have calculated E naught cathode minus E naught anode, then 0.34 minus of minus 0.76, if you add you will get 1.1. That means Daniel cell potential value, EMF value 1.1. Just now we have discussed. Now what I am doing here, externally from this source, if I send less than 1.1 volts, 1.1 is less than 1.1, less than 1.1 volts, if you send into this Daniel cell, what happens? Nothing will happen. That means its potential is 1.1, its cell potential is 1.1, externally you are sending less than 1.1, say for example 0.5 or 0.7 or 1, etc. In that moment there is no difference in this cell reaction. Cell reactions remains as it is, no change. Case 1 is. And case 2, suppose externally whatever that is we are sending, current we are sending, it is exactly 1.1 volt. Our Daniel cell potential also 1.1, and externally also we are sending exactly 1.1 only. E is equals to 1.1. External potential we are sending exactly 1.1 volts. In that moment what happened? Whatever the Daniel cell is there, that Daniel cell immediately it will stop its process. Cell reaction has stopped. When you are sending 1.1 volts, cell reaction has immediately stopped. Next, the third one. Suppose externally, if you send more than 1.1, more than 1.1, more than 1.1 volts if you send. Now here what happens? Let's see that. Its potential already known to you, it is 1.1 volts. Then here more than 1.1 means, suppose if you send 2 volts of current into this Daniel cell. Now here what happens? Here this Daniel cell completely becomes reverse. Reverse means, actually what is the role of Daniel cell? Daniel cell has to produce current. But if you send more than 1.1 volts into this Daniel cell, here instead of producing current, it will consume current. It will use current. And when cell is consuming current, then in that case it is not called as electrochemical cell, then it is called as electrolytic cell. It becomes electrolytic cell. In that moment what happened? Then this copper is becoming as anode, here oxidation takes place. Zinc becomes as cathode, here it is reduction takes place. That's why when more than 1.1 volts if you send into this Daniel cell, cell becomes completely reversed. Electrochemical cell becomes electrolytic cell, and anode and cathode both are also reversed. This is the external opposing potential on Daniel cell. Effect of course. Effect of external opposing potential on Daniel cell. Total 3 cases are there. One is less than 1.1, no change. Equal to 1.1, immediately cell reactions has stopped, and more than 1.1, then the cell becomes reversed. That is, electrochemical cell has becomes electrolytic cell. Next, we will discuss about factors affecting on electrode potential. Factors affecting on electrode potential. Of course, it may be oxidation potential or it may be reduction potential, it doesn't matter. Factors affecting on electrode potential. There are three factors are there which influence the electrode potential. One is nature of metal or electrode, of course. And the second one is concentration of metal ion. And the third one is temperature. These three factors will influence on electrode potential. For example, if you take the first one, nature of metal or of course electrode, then how nature is influencing on electrode potential means, because we are having a different types of metals are there. Some metals are having a tendency to lose electrons easily. Some metals are having tendency, to gain electrons. For example, if you compare zinc as well as copper, and zinc having a more tendency to lose electrons comparing with copper. Zinc undergoes oxidation easily comparing with the copper. That's why due to oxidation we can say that here zinc oxidation potential is more than copper. Why? Because zinc having tendency to undergoes oxidation easily than copper. That's why zinc having more oxidation potential than copper. And of course, if a zinc is having a more oxidation potential means its reduction potential is definitely less. And vice versa. What about copper? Then zinc and copper, when you are comparing to each other, copper having tendency to undergo reduction. That's why copper is having more reduction potential than zinc. Once again, zinc having tendency to lose electrons means zinc undergoes oxidation easily. That's why its oxidation potential is more than copper. This is the first point. Second one is concentration of metal ions. For this purpose, I will give you an example. Say zinc gives Zn plus 2 electrons. One oxidation reaction has given. Now, how concentration is affecting on electrode potential? Very simple. Suppose if a concentration of Zn plus 2 has increased. If a concentration has increased, according to Le-Chatelier's principle, what happened? A reaction shifts towards backside. If a reaction is shifting towards backside, Zn plus 2 has converted to Zn. If Zn plus 2 converted to Zn, definitely Zn plus 2 concentration is decreasing. Okay, once again, if you increase the concentration of Zn plus 2, a reaction is shifting backward direction. Because of that reason, zinc oxidation potential decreases. Because the reaction is taking place in the reverse direction. A reverse direction is nothing but a reduction reaction is taking place. That's why its oxidation potential decreases, but its reduction potential increases. This is the second one. And temperature effect. When temperature increases, definitely dissociation of electrolyte increases. Because of that, electrode potential also increases. There are total three factors which influence on electrode potential. First one is nature of metal, because some metals are having a more tendency to lose electrons. That's why here, when you are comparing a zinc and a copper, zinc having a more tendency to lose electrons than copper. That's why zinc oxidation potential is more than copper. Second one is concentration. If you take any particular example, suppose a zinc by losing 2 electrons converted to Zn plus 2, your oxidation is taking place. If you increase the concentration of Zn plus 2, a reaction shifts towards backside, according to Le-Chatelier's principle. When reaction is shifting towards backside, backward direction, automatically its oxidation potential decreases, but of course reduction potential increases. And third one is temperature. If temperature increases, definitely electrode potential also increases. Next, here question arises, that is, just now we have written E naught Zn plus 2 oblique Zn minus 0.76 volts, E naught Cu plus 2 oblique Cu, that is a plus 0.34 volts, and E naught Ag plus oblique Ag 0.80 volts, something we have written. Then question arises that how these values are obtained. How these values are obtained. From where we'll get these values. And before we're going to discuss that one, and here very important point is, it is just impossible. It is just impossible to measure absolute values. Absolute values of this single electrode potential values. Means only zinc electrode potential if you take. Just now, you see here, it is a zinc rod has dipped in zinc sulfate solution. Here electrical double layer, that is a charge separation takes place if you maintain conditions 1 molar etc. And whatever the charge, whatever the electrode potential developed, that is called as standard electrode potential. If you take only single electrode, whatever the potential developed here, that potential directly we cannot calculate. Absolute value of a single electrode potential or absolute value of standard electrode potential values we cannot calculate directly. That is very important point. Miss, how we are getting all these values? For this purpose, we have to use one reference electrode. Then which electrode we are using as a reference electrode means in first year basic concepts lesson we have learned that is to calculate atomic weights we have taken a C12 as a reference element. Exactly similar to that, here also to calculate all these standard electrode potentials, nothing but a standard reduction potential values, we have to use one reference electrode, that is a hydrogen electrode we are using. It is called as a standard hydrogen electrode, SHE, or it is also called as a normal hydrogen electrode. With the help of standard hydrogen electrode or normal hydrogen electrode, all these electrode potential values can be measured. Okay. Now question arises then, what is a standard hydrogen electrode or what is a normal hydrogen electrode? That will be discussed in the next class. Thank you.